Man, this one really feels like losing a piece of classic 80s movie history. Donald Gibb, the actor best known for playing Ogre in Revenge of the Nerds and Ray Jackson in Bloodsport, has sadly passed away at the age of 71. According to reports from his family, he died at his home in Texas after dealing with ongoing health complications, surrounded by loved ones. His son Travis said Donald loved the Lord, his family, friends, and fans with all his heart. And honestly, you can tell from all the reactions online that people genuinely loved this guy. If you grew up watching 80s movies, then you definitely remember Donald Gibb. Even if you didn't know his name at first, the second you saw him on screen, you knew exactly who he was. Huge guy, loud voice, intimidating presence, but somehow also funny and weirdly lovable at the same time. His biggest role was obviously Ogre in Revenge of the Nerds. Back then, that movie became a massive cult classic, and Ogre was basically the face of every giant bully in 80s comedies. The funny thing is, over time, fans actually started loving Ogre more than hating him. His "nerds" scream became iconic, and people still quote it today. But for a lot of action fans, Donald Gibb will always be remembered as Ray Jackson in Bloodsport, alongside Jean-Claude Van Damme. And honestly, he completely stole scenes in that movie. Jackson had that wild energy where he looked terrifying, but also came across like your funniest friend at the same time. Social media today is full of people posting Bloodsport clips and saying he was one of the best parts of the movie. What a lot of people don't realize is Donald wasn't originally planning to become an actor. Before Hollywood, he actually played football and even spent time with the San Diego Chargers organization. Because of his size and athletic background, Hollywood kept casting him as bodyguards, bikers, fighters, and giant tough guys. And he stayed working for decades. He appeared in movies like Conan the Barbarian, Hancock, U.S. Marshals, and even popped up in shows like The X-Files, Seinfeld, The A-Team, and Magnum P.I. He had one of those careers where you constantly saw him growing up without realizing how many projects he was actually part of. Now, when it comes to controversies, honestly, Donald Gibb himself mostly stayed away from Hollywood drama. He had a reputation for being surprisingly kind and humble off-camera, which is funny considering he spent most of his career playing aggressive characters. A lot of people online are sharing stories about meeting him at conventions or at his old restaurant in California and saying he was one of the nicest celebrities they'd ever met. The only real controversy tied to his legacy is honestly Revenge of the Nerds itself. Let's be real. People today look at some scenes from that movie very differently than audiences did back in the 80s. Modern viewers have criticized parts of the film for problematic comedy and certain scenes that definitely would not fly today. But even with those debates, Donald's character Ogre somehow stayed one of the most memorable parts of the franchise. What's really sad is this loss comes only a couple months after Revenge of the Nerds star Robert Carradine also passed away earlier this year. So for fans of those movies, it feels like the end of an era. And honestly, that's what makes this hit harder. Donald Gibb represented that old school movie era where character actors became legends without needing superhero franchises or social media followers. He wasn't always the main star, but every time he showed up on screen, you remembered him. Rest in peace to a true cult movie legend.